Hi, story time. So like in 6th grade there was this one really weird dude that didn't really have any friends. And like on the first day of school we got to pick seats, so my two best friends sat next to each other and I sat in front of them, and a seat next to me was open and he sat in it. I didn't think much of it. I would move my desk back every day to talk to my friends and he would move his too, and I was like, bitch, WTF, go away. But OFC, I didn't say that because I'm so nice. I was just weirded out. Then one day he came back from STEM and gave me a 3D printed heart and I was like, bitch, TF? Like I have never talked to this boy in my entire life. So then I told all my friends about it and it was really obvious he liked me. His locker was also above mine so I couldn't avoid him. And we had these like golden ticket things at our school and he would always give my his. Then one day I had my water bottle on my desk. I was talking to my friends and I turned around and he was fucking stroking the time. In 4th grade my mom had to pick me up for my doctor's appointment. She was supposed to come at 2 o'clock but it was 2:30, so the principal called my mom but there was no answer. It was then 4 o'clock and I was sitting in the office waiting for her. They then sent me to the after school club which ended at 6. It was 6:30 and they asked me if there was any other way to contact her. I said no. When I waited there another hour went by and it was just me and my principal in the office. He tried calling my mom several times but she wasn't there. He then left and it was just me. And
so when I was little I used to make out with my Sophia, the first pillow, and I did it every time when everyone was sleeping. So one day I was making out with her and I didn't notice my sister was awake. And let me tell you, I used to use my tongue like if I was pro, so you know I was doing it, and I noticed that someone was looking at me so I stopped, and when I looked to my sister's bed she was looking at me like I was crazy. Even though I was. So I told her, what? And she said nothing and went back to sleep, and I kept making out with a pillow. It's been 8 years and she still haven't said nothing. He. When I was 14 I had a boyfriend, let's call him Jamie, who I thought was cheating on me with my sister. Let's call her Grace. One day I set up a tracker on both of their phones and I saw that they were with each other in the forest by my best friend's house. Let's call her Bella. Bella isn't answering her phone, so I went round to her house but she wasn't, and it was about 10 p.m. and I didn't want to go in by myself but I did anyway. My phone lost signal so I couldn't see if Jamie and Grace were together anymore. I got right to the middle of the forest and I heard disturbing moaning noises, and since I was only 14 I didn't realize what was happening, but I basically caught my boyfriend, my sister and my best friend hooking up with each other. So
when I was 15 my brother had a friend. His name was Thomas. He was 17. He was cute ASF and I want to ride him like a Mustang cross. I'd grinning face with stuck out tongue. Smiling face, licking lips. He went to my school but my brother and Thomas meet in our county's basketball team and he would come over my house all the time, and one day he came over and my brother and my parents weren't home and Thomas thought that my brother was home but I just let him in and I was wearing shorts and a tank top. He just sat in the living room and I told him I was going to the bathroom and I was pissing, and he came in and just looked at me and then came out. When I came out the bathroom he was in the living, so I made a move and sat on his lap and he was asking me what was I doing and I didn't say anything, so I just looked at him and kissed him. He kissed me back. Then I could feel his eggplant stick up and he just lifted me up and carried me to my room. Then he asked me if this was my first time and I said yes, and he said gun. In 8th grade there was this girl who would always mess with me. We would kinda play fight sometimes and it was always light and fun. Then she started pulling my hair all the time but I never said anything about it because it didn't bother me that much. Then I started telling her to stop and she would say okay. She kept doing this and I would always say stop and I never did anything about it until one day she ran up on me and pulled my hair and tried to run away, so I turned around and grabbed her bun and it flew across the hall and hit the lockers, and all you could see was her lil ponytail from where the bun was. Everyone in the hallway was like, ooh damn. One time I was going home from school when these two boys were following me and I had no idea until one of them giggled. This bitch sounded like SpongeBob. I automatically knew it was my crush and the kid who bullies me, so I started walking fast. Cause I didn't want them to see my ghetto house, so they caught up and I just walked past it until they started calling my name and I got scared, so I ran to the other side of the street and the kid tried to follow me and I said go away ugly smurf. Elsa built body ass bitch. He said we know you like so and so, and I started turning red. Then this bitch grabbed my shoulder. I said no ma'am and pushed them into the street, and a car came by at some real speed, and let's just say I didn't see any of them at school anymore, but when I was walking home there was two crosses, he face with tears of joy. And I will do it again bop bop, but that Okay, so one day me and my friend decided to go play at the park. We saw some boys there and they were really cute, mind you, we were like 12. We were playing on the swings and the boys that were there came over to us and asked us if we wanted to play hide and go seek, so us being the bad bitches we said yes. Me and my friend were hiding and we heard some girls screaming. We looked up and saw two girls fussing at the boys we were playing with. Apparently they were dating these boys and got found that they were playing with us and thought they were cheating on them. So us being the messy 12-year-olds we told them to shut the fuck up, we were just playing. The girl's mom pulled and told them to get in the car. They got in the car and we got the boys' snaps and snatched those bitches. She came over and said that our friend had to be put in a coma to have a chance to live. We all started crying and she told us she had the worst alcohol poisoning they had ever seen. We all had to ring our parents and they came to the hospital. She was in the hospital for 3 weeks but luckily turned out fine. She isn't allowed to hang out with us anymore but we still text her all the time and we feel awful. Moral of the story: don't drink alcohol, kids. I'm a dude. I've been best friends with this guy since middle school and we kinda drifted apart since I was a year older than him. But for the past 2 years we've been really close. He's nice to my family and my girlfriend loves him. Well, a few months ago we got really drunk with my girlfriend and she made the joke that me and him should have just do the dirty cause we always joke about it. And we were joking about it, but then when she went to bed we went to the living room and we did it. For like 2 hours. Ever since then when this is a bit of a long one, so get your popcorn ready and get comfy. Anyways, one time in year 4 or 5 I used to play Roblox with my backup best friend. We're not friends anymore, so she'd blow up if she saw this. Especially if it had her name in it, so let's call her Lily. Anyways, me and Lily were on Roblox and we were playing our favorite game, Roblox in Life. Because I was a little sad kid, I spent all my pocket money on Robux so I could make my avatar bomb AF to catfish people into thinking I'm pretty. It worked very well and every time I joined a game I get at least 10 Roblox boyfriends in like 3 minutes. When I flexed all my Roblox boyfriends to Lily on FaceTime, she always started to cry because she couldn't get any. I kept telling her to shut up but she said she wouldn't stop crying until I gave her one of my boyfriends. I found one of the weird Roblox boys in the game that I rejected and asked her to be Lily's boyfriend and he said yes. She was very happy and I made them meet in the game. Their Roblox relationship got a little bit. One time my sister and me and the rest of my family were on a road trip and we decided to stop at a lake for the day. There weren't a lot of people around and it was a huge lake. So she decided to jump in and when she jumped in she didn't come back up right away. So I got scared and when I looked under the dock there was a man holding my sister under. So I screamed and my dad came running towards us. And when the man saw my dad he started swimming away. So we went to the police station near the lake and they did a search and found his body the next day washed up on the shore with symbol carved in his stomach. So they suspect he might have been trying to use my sister as some sacrifice for a cult ritual or something.
Okay, so when I was like 7 or 8 my dad would bring me to his grandma's sometimes on the weekends. My cousin Jaden was always there. I had a tablet at the time. So we would go in my grandpa's room, which was their play area when we has gone. So my cousin thought it would be funny if he pulled his pants down and showed his pee-pee. And told me to take a picture of it. After a while he would do it all. He was about 8 or 9. One time I heard my dad's fat ass feet stomping up the stairs because there wasn't a door, it was a curtain. So I told my cousin to pull his fucking pants up. But he didn't. Me being the smart 8 years old I looked at the TV, so when my dad walked in it looked like I was watching TV. And it worked. My cousin got his ass beat after that, laughing with tears.
So in preschool me and this one girl, well just call her Beth, and so me and Beth liked the same guy, which well call him Brandon, so he just had 2 girls to pick from, which was Beth and me. And so one day Brandon dared me to eat sand from the sandbox. And mama ain't raised no bitch, so I ate it and Beth just rolled her eyes at me and I was like, you jealous huh? And then a month goes by and Brandon invited me to his birthday party. And didn't invite Beth, so I was bragging to Beth that I was the bad bitch and she wasn't, so I went to his birthday party which was Batman theme and I was so happy, but like I was the only girl so I awkwardly just jumped with him in the jump house. And then Monday passed by and I was still bragging to Beth that I was the baddest bitch and she wasn't, which she was so jealous of me. So then we finally get out of preschool and we all ended up going to different schools, so I never saw Brandon, but I saw Beth again because she went to summer camp with me and she was like, "So have you seen Brandon?" And I was like, "No." And then after that I'm a dude. I've been best friends with this guy since middle school and we kinda drifted apart since I was a year older than him. But for the past 2 years we've been really close. He's nice to my family and my girlfriend loves him. Well, a few months ago we got really drunk with my girlfriend and she made the joke that me and him should have just do the dirty, cause we always joke about it. And we were joking about it, but then when she went to bed we went to the living room and we did it. For like 2 hours. Ever since then, when